Hey guys, this is Tom with DraftMagic.com, and here we are again for another standard two-man queue, trying to get some more games in with the green-white aggro deck, or the turn 3 hero, as I've called it. So let's have a look. We are on the play. Unfortunately, we don't have the mana here that we need, so we'll be going down to 6. But this hand is actually just fine. We can go ahead and just green sun for our bird. And kind of with this deck here, I just started really crafting and playing this deck, and it's been a lot of fun. It's the whole kind of game plan of the deck is to pretty much get out a Hero Bladehold on turn 3, or go Mirran Crusader into War and Peace and just really kind of control the game that way. Also runs Angelic Destiny as well, so just trying to kind of get the jump on our opponent as fast as possible and then just hopefully take the game away. But sort of looking at the deck here, this is kind of the makeup right now. Still sort of working on the sideboard and the main deck, but having access to 5 swords and then 4 destinies really kind of sort of hopefully puts it over the top there. Okay, so he's got Ratchet Bomb, which is unfortunate. Looks like we are up against maybe Tezzeret control. So like here we can go like Birthing Pod into Strangleroot Geist, or we can go ahead and we can go Green Sun into. We can actually probably just go like Green Sun into Viridian Corruptor, just to get rid of the Ratchet Bomb, since I think it'd be a real pain. And I think that's fine actually. So I mean, now we could potentially even just put Angelic Destiny on the Corruptor and try to win with Infect. Could be some form of pod. Alright. Now we can just actually pod a Corruptor into something useful like a Hero Bladehold. And I kind of like that play. We don't want to give him access to more land here, so we're just going to go ahead and not even attack, because we want to make sure we are able to actually pod the creature here. Then hopefully next turn we can go like Destiny and bash in. Or if we can draw like one of our swords, potentially Feast and Famine or War and Peace. Definitely be in a good spot. I guess he has Bramble Crush. Okay. Well, there's the sword. I mean, we could also actually just, instead of equipping sword here, since he's just going to block with Emissary, we could just go Strangleroot Geist and bash with everybody. I kind of like that a little bit more, to get a little bit more damage in, since we know he's going to block hero anyways. So now if he has potentially like Day of Judgment, we could be in trouble, but or like maybe Black Sun Zenith for 3 potentially, or for 4. I guess here Black Sun Zenith just gets us. Hopefully we don't see that. And it is indeed Black Sun Zenith before, unfortunately. So, I mean, it might have been better just to equip Sword there. You know, kind of play around Zenith. To be honest, I'm not really sure what we're up against, so... Might have been a better play there. Probably some version of pod. Okay, definitely happy to turn off his Ratchet Bomb. So I guess we just bash with acidic slime, trade slime for slime. I'll put a little bit on the back foot. Otherwise, we could just try to wait to get another land for Angelic Destiny, which actually might not be the worst. I mean, because we have guy in play already. If we can get Destiny to fly right over the top, that might be a little bit better. And unfortunately, he has Liliana. So here, pretty much we need to pull into, I mean, we don't have too many good cards to draw at this point. We need more planes to get most of our power cards in play, and then we can go possibly into like Stranglegeist, off maybe Green Sun Zenith, to get an active sword. So pretty much, I mean, this game we pretty much walked into that Black Sun, which is very unfortunate. Okay, there's a bird. Happy to cast a spell here. Unfortunately, he just has Liliana. That's pretty much game anyways here, so he just Lilianas and gets us to 2, and I think that's game either way. Alright, so I guess, what are we bringing in against this guy? Green-black, sort of rock, I assume probably pod in there somewhere. What do we want to bring in? Definitely want to bring in O-Ring. Probably Thrun. Yeah, the Corruptor seems to be good against the Ratchet Bomb package. I do like Pod. Not sure actually what to cut here. I mean, I think that War and Peace is certainly, it's great with Crusader. Hmm. Maybe cut like some of the early elves, just because he does have a fair amount of wrath effects that are pretty early. Maybe cut like, let's see, how do you want to do this? Still like Pod. Maybe shave like 2 of the pilgrims and then cut like a sword. So I think Destiny's actually pretty good against him. Didn't see too much spot removal. Maybe cut 1 sword and try that. So his hand should be fine if we can draw into something here, but we will see. Hopefully we get the turn 3 hero play, followed by O-Ring. So now we guess we go just like Green Sun for Stranger guys and then just bash in. I think that's the plan. Oh, actually, we could just go, or we could wait a turn and get the Throne. No, I think we just go for Green Sun for 2. Okay, so now I think we just acidic slime his land. I mean, we could like get the sword, but there's really no point. I think we just acidic slime his land, just to make sure he can't equip Nexus and then get us with sword. Slow him down a little bit while we keep beating in. This way, if we draw anything like sword, if we draw Destiny, we're in a really good place. Crusader's pretty strong also. So let's see, what's the play? We can just drop Thrun and bash. I mean, he gets us with sword at that point. I suppose we can just like O-Ring and just bash in. I think that's actually fine. I suppose if we just drop like Crusader, well, no, I think I just want to O-Ring this sword. I don't want him to get that active. So now, I mean, like, he definitely really wants to be able to get the second black for Black Sun. So I think we just O-Ring the guy, drop Crusader, and bash for 4. I think that seems just fine. So like if he, okay, so if he, I was gonna say if he blocks with Nexus there, then we probably maybe don't drop Crusader, just because then he might have Black Sun for 2. But I think honestly it's fine either way. So I guess now if he gets the Swamp off the top, he's in a pretty good spot. But we still have Geist, plus anything we draw, and he doesn't have the black. Should be it. Okay, that's definitely not going to do it. So I guess now he just wants to set up the black for next turn. So we bash with everybody, what happens? We swing with the team. Well, he dies. Never mind. He just dies on the table. Alright, so in game 3, I think, yeah, we're fine with our board plan here. I think definitely having the 4 overing the board is really helping out. Okay, here we are for game 3. Again, looks just fine. So just for good use of our mana, next turn probably going to be going into Green Sun for birds, potentially, or we could just drop birds, I suppose. I guess we'll hang on to Green Sun, yeah, we'll just drop birds. So hopefully we can pick up like a hero or maybe a crusader. Either one would be very nice with sword. Okay, so there's Crusader. Happy just to drop out Crusader here. So he pretty much needs Doomblade or Go Through Throat, something like that, to answer it this turn. I suppose he could like, well, kill birds with like Tragic Slip into Liliana next turn, but he's going to need to deal with that right away, otherwise this game should be potentially in our hands. Yeah, Psalm Zimmerkrim is definitely not going to do it, especially if we go Angelic Destiny next turn, which we're definitely planning to. He's probably trying to set up for a nice big Black Sun. It's going to need to be a little bit bigger. So I guess his play is possibly, well, what's his play next turn? He's in a pretty rough spot at this point here. I'm not sure what he's going to do to come back from this. He needs to, yeah, he's just kind of dead. But I suppose he could like go for the throat our guy, and then, yeah, he's in a pretty rough spot right now. guess that works. Exile definitely does work. So here I think we just go sword. I mean, I suppose we could like double Strand Rooted Geist. Now he blocks with Nexus. So, I mean, it might have been better to potentially Geist there. Like double Geist and dash in. Probably would have been a little bit cleaner. But then again, he could always just use Sever to get them. So now we're forcing him to block and go down to 6 mana for next turn, if he has a land. So I kind of like this play a little bit more. Okay, I guess he let it go through. So he's planning to Sever next turn for sure, or just Black Sun. What is our play? We could just drop Birthing Pod here. I mean, we could green... Well, what do we want to do? We could go like Pod, and then just Pod the bird. I think that actually seems fine. Kind of varies our threats a little bit. Okay, and I guess he just gave up, so that works. But yeah, so definitely a fun match. Some sort of version of green-black rock. But really liking where this deck is going. It's so explosive, being able to go like turn 3 hero into Destiny, or like turn 3 hero into Sword, or turn 2 Crusader into Destiny. I like the fact that, you know, a lot of the creatures are a little bit bigger, so being able to live through Ratchet Bomb really helps, just because it's so prevalent in the format right now. But we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.